Pole Position. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm a big car enthusiast. When I was growing up, I was into cars quite a bit, especially when I got to my mid-teen years, right before I got my driver's license. When Pole Position came out in the arcades, I was all over it. I remember being on Christmas holiday. I think it was the winter of 1982, if I remember correctly. And I remember going down to the mall with my parents, just right before I got my driver's license, about 6 months before I got my driver's license. And I went down to the arcade like I normally do, and in the arcade sat a Pole Position game. Now, it wasn't the stand-up version. It was actually the sit-down environmental version, which this is my favorite way to play Pole Position in the arcade. I'll play the stand-up one, but my favorite is the sit-down cabinet, especially if they have the bass cranked up on the speaker. It kind of vibrates as you're racing around the track, which is really kind of cool. It makes you feel like you're inside of a Formula One car. One of the things that really drew me to this game was the graphics. This game is phenomenal looking for the time. You know, I like how you got the 3D view of the cars coming at you, and you can see the side view of your car as you steer around, and the little tires look like they're turning the way they're bouncing around. Really, really neat graphics on this. Plus, I liked how they had the little signposts and advertisements along the way, like Pepsi and other things you can see on the billboards as you go by. Wasn't very good at this game. I'm still not very good at it, but it is a lot of fun to play. I think I've only made it, to the second race maybe a few times since I've been playing this. But it's still a really fun game to do. You know, I like how you do the initial qualifying, and I love how it talks to you. Prepare to qualify. That was pretty cool in the arcade. For games to talk at you. And then the actual race is pretty good. The only thing I never could understand is after I get ahead of everybody starting the race, where do these other guys come from? Just up ahead. I should be number one. It should be pretty open to get around. But I understand they did that just to make the game more challenging. One of the tricks I used to try to do was to slam it into low gear and spin the steering wheel when I got to that one-shot corner to get to shoot around, slide around. Sometimes it would work, sometimes it didn't. But it was still a lot of fun to play. I think I've only set the high score on the arcade game maybe once or twice back when this game was out. But like I said, I didn't really play it that well, but I enjoyed playing it. We talk about this game all the time at school and came up with strategies on how we get a better time and everything. My main thing was just to try to get a really good time on qualifying, try to get pole position. That's what I would try to do. But then I remember seeing on the TV advertisements for pole position coming on the Atari 2600. And the ad that sticks out in my head the most is the one with the family driving in that little car. And you hear the announcer go, "Hey, jerk," and it's Biffy and whatever riding in their mom and dad's car, and goes, "No, not you're going to be playing pole position." And he starts doing that song. That was awesome. Of course, I hear that song in my head when I'm playing the Atari 2600 version anyway. Position. But looking at the Atari version, Atari 2600 version of pole position, it's not bad considering what the Atari 2600 is limited to. At least they got the track that has the multicolored stripes along the side. It looks like it's scrolling towards you. The car graphic is fairly decent as well, and it's still a lot of fun to play. The only complaint I got about it is I have a hard time playing driving games with joystick controllers. It would have been cool if they would have gave you an option to maybe use a paddle controller on this game, or maybe even get the steering controller for their other games, Indy 500, to work on this. That really would have been cool. But still, it's a very fun game to play. And I remember getting this game. I can't remember if I bought it with my allowance or I got it as a present. I really can't remember. But nevertheless, I got the game. Really enjoy the heck out of it. I still enjoy it now to play every once in a while. But anyway, let's take a look at what came in the box. The pole position box. Awesome. I love the racing car on the front cover here. That is so cool. Fast-paced track fun. For the back, we see a nice little picture of the game screen, representative of what the game actually looks like. One player used with a joystick controller. Like I said, it would have been cool if they would give you an option to use a paddle controller on this. I think that would have been great. Qualified for the Grand Prix and win the pole position, the #1 starting spot. Then go flat out to beat the track record and finish a winner. Features treacherous curves, hair-raising near misses, and all the thrills of the popular video arcade game. Oh yeah! Let's look at what's inside the box. Open the box, open the box. Okay, there we go. There's the pole position cartridge. Whoop! Oh, whoop, upside down. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Nice looking cartridge. Get our instruction manual. There's some other goodies in here too, it looks like. Other cool stuff. Oh, this one came with the catalog. 1983 Atari Game Catalog. The All-Stars. Cool. Oh, that's a neat little poster. I have to look at that separately. But here is the manual. It's a black and white manual, unfortunately. Atari was starting to go to these around this time. I love the full color ones, though. Talks about the gameplay, and here's the track you're racing on, the Fuji track. Fuji! How to use the controls. I like all the different languages they put in here. It's pretty awesome. This is a pretty cool little poster that came with the pole position cartridge. Looks at some of the games that are out already. Little sneak peek down in the corner where it talks about Joust and Good Luck Charlie Brown. Oh, Stoopy the Red Baron. I like that game. That's a fun game on the 2600. Of course, we got Phoenix, Space Invaders. Oh yeah, Star Raiders. Yar's Revenge. Oh yeah. I love seeing these old advertisements and everything for the 2600. They are really, really cool. Then, of course, on the back, we see some extra items here. We have the remote control joysticks. I had a set of those. They work fairly well. There's the trackball for the 2600. It's okay. Ooh, the 5200 trackball. That's an awesome trackball. Good old 5200 itself. The size of a sofa almost. These are neat controllers. The Space Age joystick. I never had one of those. I have to try to find one of those and try it out. Pretty awesome. Helpful hints. Oh yeah, gotta have helpful hints. What's the first one here? At the start of the race, wait until the speedometer is about halfway to 200 km/h, then shift into high gear. Wham! Yeah, cool. Take the inside lane on curves whenever possible. Yo, yeah. I like to try to slide around the curves. Can't really do it really well on the 2600 version because you don't have that steering wheel that you can spin. You gotta just hold it over, those joystick go over to one side. But sometimes I can get it to work, to actually skid around the tight corner. So cool. Love pole position. Great arcade game. Not too bad on the 2600. I still like to play it on the 2600 now and then. But man, I love racing games. Thanks for watching.